Hey guys, it's Reed here, and this is episode 6 of Contest Coding, the Java tutorial series I'm doing for YouTube. So this time we are doing a contest problem called expiration date. This one is from a TCA area contest packet, which I got from my teacher, and this is an old one actually, it's from February 2010. And this contest problem is where you want to find the difference in between two different dates. Now, without knowing some special classes you can use, this would be an extremely hard problem because you'd have to do all kinds of stuff, figure out how many days are in each month, etc., etc. But if you know what you're doing, you know how to use the right classes, it makes it very, very easy. So I'm going to do this in a bunch of lines, but this could easily be simplified into very few lines. So I'll just make that point real quick. So first, you're going to be using the Gregorian calendar class. I think that's how you spell it. Calendar, and we'll do first equals new Gregorian calendar and empty constructor. Let's see if that compiles. Yeah, the hardest part about this one is spelling the class properly. Gregorian. There we go. Okay, so now for me, I can never spell that right, so it takes me a multitude of attempts. But once I get it right once, copy and paste it, and oops, not good. Copy and paste that line. And there we go, first and second. So now you got your two different days. Nice, easy. And what we're going to do is we're going to do first dot set calendar dot month. Oh, real quick before I go any further, let me open up my DAT file so you can see what the input actually looks like. If it wants to open up, there we go. So you can see right here it's going to be a month and the small notation, 3-letter abbreviation notation, and then date. Month, day. And you got to tell the difference between February 14th to January 1st and print that out. So right here, I'm setting calendar.month. So basically, here's the methods. First, .set, and you're going to give it a field, which is calendar.month, comma, the parameter, and it has to be an int value. So I'm going to write a method that will return getMonth and .next. Okay, so that's the method stub, and right here, I will write the method. So int getMonth string s. And what this is going to do is this is going to return the actual integer value of the month in base 0 notation. Now you could use a switch case to make this more, I guess, efficient and easier to write, but that would only work in Java 7, which some computers don't run it, so some people don't run it, some systems don't run it. I'm just going to do it old-fashioned way with a bazillion for loops. This problem was actually written before Java 7 came out, so this is how they would have wanted you to do it. But it doesn't mean you have to. If you have your own computer and you know it's not running Java 6, go ahead and use your switch cases. It gives you some good practice, and it's pretty simple. January, February, March, April. I think that's the abbreviation. Yeah, another thing I have issues with is spelling the months. I am always concerned whenever I do contests that I will misspell the months, put them in the wrong order, stuff like that. So I'll show you a trick I do to resolve that issue. January, February, March, April, May, June, which I think it's abbreviated like that. that seems about right. And you don't have to do all the else statements because you're returning it after each method. Except. So that's why I'm not doing it, just save some time typing. You could do some copy and paste. I prefer just to practice typing. It's not that big of a deal either way. Copy and paste sometimes takes longer anyway because you're having to correct everything. You might have issues where you don't copy and paste properly. It's basically just what your preference is for typing up extremely long series of other things. And December returns 11. And here's what I do to make it so that I don't have to worry about any of the misspelled month stuff and all that issues and cause me headaches trying to debug. If the month abbreviation doesn't match my string, I throw a new exception with the message misspelled month. So this will throw a misspelled month exception, and you have to make sure up here you say throws exception like that. Then that should compile, and there you go. So what it will do if I misspell the month, so I can do that real quick, I'll show you. Send.next plus a. This will probably break the program and do some other stuff too that's crazy, but hopefully it won't do anything too terrible. And there you go, misspelled month exception right there. That's exactly what you want. Then it knows, hey, misspelled month, and that's why your thing didn't work. Sometimes if you're lucky, if you do that during a real contest and you don't get the test data and it doesn't match up, it works with your data, it doesn't work with the judge's data, they might actually tell you that you got a misspelled month exception, and it will really help you because you know, oh, I gotta go check the spelling of the months. That is not a guarantee, and I would not expect that at all anytime during a contest. Anticipate that they won't do that, but sometimes you might get lucky, and it really makes it easier on yourself. So now I'm going to set the day of the month of first. How am I doing second? And I'm going to do that one, just send.next end, like such. Now we're going to do the second one. Second.set calendar.month get month send.next. So as you can see, very basic getting this stuff done, and if you weren't doing it this way, you would have a nightmare trying to calculate different days in the month and stuff like that, keeping track of where it is. And it's just much simpler to do it this way. I don't know why you would ever try doing it some crazy way. Now we'll make it really cool. Int day of year and 1 equals first dot get day calendar dot day underscore of year. And this will give you the day of the year. This is using the overloaded get method in a calendar class that takes a field and then returns whatever that field's object would be. And we'll do day of year 2 equals first.get calendar.day of year, like such. And now comes for the out printing day of year 2. What happens if that is greater than or equal to day of year 1, which would be because the calendar cycle is after. So as you can see in example right here, example 3, July 4th is after July 3rd, so you really get 364 days between them. So you have to do a little check case right there to fix that, but you can do it. It's not too hard. And if it's like this, just day of year 2 minus day of year 1. And if it's not, out.println 365 minus day of year 1 minus day of year 2. Like such. And hopefully it compiles. Uh-oh. Backwards, greater than or equal to. And, ooh, that's not good. What went wrong? Let's see. Process complete. And it's telling me first.get, oh, second.get. There we go. And that looks much, much better, not all zeros. 44, 0, 364, and 1. So, first time we've had an error on the stream. Oh well, it happens in real life, happens here. So there you go. Throw your misspelled month exception. Maybe you'll get lucky. It'll help you in debugging. Have your dates. Base 0 is the month notation in calendar, and base 1 is the day notation, which is really crazy, but that's just how they do it. And that's about it. It's a very simple problem if you know how to use the class, and there's a lot of different methods in there. I'd encourage you to go check out the Gregorian calendar class, the calendar class, and the date class. There's 3 really good calendar-like classes that you should really go check out. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on Monday.